What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Heavy Wrench. Today we are definitely on our own. We did some stuff and yeah, life's good. So today we have a ts100 tractor here that does not have a reverse. So it is a power shift transmission, and I've got the steering column part. Actually, the guy I was, let's get this over here real quick so you can see, adjust some stuff here and see if I can't do some good stuff. So the steering column here, I'm going to take this over and ohm test it because it seems like it's not getting any signal into the reverse side, but forward is working fine. So we're going to check these micro switches. I just figured we already have the dash apart, so I'm going to just pull it out and check this FNR lever and make sure we confirm this first. It's either this, maybe solenoid, maybe clutch pack, but we'll get into it. You'll see here in the video what we got to do. So let's get after it. Alright, so that didn't take long. We got the FNR switch out. We're going to go over to the bench and see what we got on the continuity between them switches and see what makes it go. It does start, so neutral's working good. It does have forward, so we know we're getting power to it. We just need to make sure that the other sides of the switches are working good. But like I said, this is a New Holland ts100 or something like that, but either way, it doesn't matter. It's just a transmission that has coils on it. It's got one of those big mowers on it, so it's a side mower deal. So if it does have to, transmission does have to come apart, it might get pretty crazy with pulling the, here I'll show you, kinda. Cab's gonna have to be pulled, this big arm's gonna have to be pulled. Yeah, to get to the axle to get it apart. But that right there is the, if it focuses, maybe I can zoom in a little bit here, see if I can show you the solenoids. I guess you won't be able to see them too well, but they're right, put my finger in here, they're right in there. That's all your solenoid pack and that's your control valve. So we're gonna see if this is it and see if we got anything, you know, cooking on it, but nothing major. It's a ts100. I don't know if you guys can read that. ts100. So yeah, we'll figure it out, see what happens. So I'll get to testing this, and if I find something on this, I'll show you exactly how I tested it and what I did. So stay tuned for that. Well, you should be seeing that right now. Kind of talk about what I just did. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Heavy Wrench. Thanks for tuning in today. Today we're working on a ts100 transmission issue, no reverse. I did some diagnosing on it. I think I'll have that already in here. I gotta check on that. I have some from a long time ago when I started on this. But anyway, I've got the cab off, the tractor split in half, pan over there. There's the rear end. The transmission is right here on this bench. So we're going to get into tearing this apart, this transmission. We know that we have a gear under this top plate that is not engaging. Basically, it's it's the reverse clutch. How can I explain this? I guess if you want, the clutch pack basket is stripped out the way I think it is. But we'll find out here for sure once I get this tore apart. I'm pretty certain I'm going to have to take the whole counter shaft system out of it, so we're going to take a look here and kind of go on a journey together and tear this thing apart. I'm going to clean it all off first so we don't get a whole bunch of dirt and grime down in it, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to get to blowing this off, hitting it with my aspirator, and see what we got. Alrighty. things first, we're gonna get some tools over here because I think our first main objective is to pull this top cover plate. First things first, so we'll get these off. These are already loose, but I put those back on so that way I wouldn't get a whole bunch of stuff down there. Using that aspirator, that blowgun, I call it an aspirator. I've heard a couple different terms lately on stuff, but you know, it is what it is. So I was both of mine are Blue Point, made by Blue Point. Well, they're not made by Blue Point, but Blue Point sells them. So that being said, there is another company that makes them, and I had a live stream on Saturday night, and you know, I actually had the opportunity to talk to, he was in my live stream, and I said, hey, why not talk to the guy? I'm trying to debate on buying Milwaukee 18 volts, if it's the best platform, or if there's another one out there that's gonna be better for me. And Nick over there at Jersey Discount Tools, JDP Co., actually came on to my live stream. I got to have a chat with him. You know, pretty decent guy, I guess. I don't know if he's a decent guy or not, but he's a salesman. And, you know, it was a good conversation, put it that way. But he is a tool guy. He's a tool salesman. So what do you expect from a tool salesman? Well, what I expect is somebody that's going to sell me tools. And that's kind of who he is. So whether you like the guy, you don't like the guy, I don't know. It is what it is. You know, but he was telling me that he sells, there goes the pry bar. He sells that same aspirator, blowgun, on his company does. And it's from the company that makes them. And I looked it up on the app the other night, just because I was like, hey, we gotta check this out, right? And lo and behold, he's got the same aspirator that I've got. Well, there goes them forks. So the problem is the gears are stripped right there. I don't know if I can show you that or not, but that's what the problem was originally. And I'll try to get you down in there to show you what the heck's going on. Let me grab a light in my pocket, the old stream light. But see how those gears are not sharp? Anyway, up here you can see where the synchronizer, and they're actually not, I don't know if you can see that or not. I apologize for that. You probably can't see it, but anyway, when we get it apart, I'll show you for sure what it is, but definitely got to pull this out. The whole front's got to come out. I believe the back, I don't know if the back stays or the back goes. I might have to look in the book and see what the heck it says. Holy cow, this tripod is crazy. So we'll probably start at the back here, get that off. It looks like it's just a rear gear housing. You know what? We might pull it out the front. The front actually looks like that's the way it comes out. So, yeah, we'll pull it out the front and we'll see what it looks like. So I'm going to switch around to the front. Actually, what I might do is leave you guys right here and turn this table. You can see my sweet table here that I pulled the steel seal and all sorts of good stuff. And got some of these cookie sheets under here to catch the oil and stuff. Yeah, the way it looks, this comes out. You probably still can't see it. This front, this is kind of like your clutch, is what I would call it. And it, this comes out, and there's bolts that go to the front housing. So we're going to pull this out, and then we'll see what happens from there. So we're going to have to get inside all the way back to here, and it looks like there's a snap ring there that slides out this way. So this is your forward reverser, high, low, and then your actual clutch packs are back there also. So we're going to tear this apart. Let's get at it. Oh boy. Need the old extension. Got some new it's not like it just came out or nothing, but these new locking Mac extensions. They got some nice knurling on them. Kind of liking them so far. I don't think this has to come off first. Pretty sure it comes off all as one assembly. So we're going to start getting her apart here. Same length bolts. And I wonder if that's a jack bolt. No, it's like a dowel. And that's a dowel. I'm gonna grab some lady slippers. Actually, my pry bar might fit right back in there. Where's the yellow? Where's the yellow boss at? There she is. Let's see. Somebody's probably yelling, no, don't do it with the pry bar. Oh, I missed the bolt. Here we go. It's gotta be like jack bolts or something. I think if I pull that front piece off, all them tubes are connected. I think they're all bolted right there, but let me go get something here. Go grab my pick. Bring you in a little closer here, get some light. Show you what's going on here a little bit. Maybe we can show you, maybe we can't. Yeah, so I went and pried here a little bit, got it to move a little bit, up here a little bit. It's coming out square. Now this whole housing, come on, I want that to stay. Bearings, needle bearings, that just fell. That needle bearing just fell, okay. So we're actually pulling the whole shaft out. All right, that's set up. I like setting things kind of the way they go. So I see these tubes here. These tubes, I think will all have to be removed, but I'm not sure. You see how they're all O-ringed? But I gotta get this case housing out. And you can see that, yep. But I gotta get this out so I can get this shaft out. This is the shaft I need to work on, right here. So if I pull all these bolts, these tubes need to come out, and I think they come out through the back valve body. Them tubes don't have to come out. Never mind, I lied. I was looking at it wrong. I'll show you exactly where I made my mistake here. Just looking at it. See how that outer case, it's a cutout. They don't have to be removed. They're actually part of the case. That's what I'm pretty happy about that. So let's get you off the ceiling, and let's pull this this piece right here out. I might support that. Probably don't have to, but we'll see. So I need a longer extension. We'll get in there, take them out, and then we'll be right to where we need to be, I think. We'll find out, won't we? So we're going to go with all Mac products. Holy cow. Precision torque socket, Mac extensions, Mac ratchet. Jeez Louise. We're getting all sorts of maximizer here. Who knows? Might be a new trend on the heavy wrench. You never know. I don't know. All the tools are good and bad. They all have their goods and bads, that's for sure. Go back to old faithful Snappy here. 14.4. Guys like to tell me the Milwaukee's are better, and maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. I was supposed to trade when I was back at the dealership. One of my buddies, he was going to give me his Milwaukee ratchet like this. And I was going to give him my snap-on. Now this plate is doweled, so it's not going to drop if I take all the bolts out. Alright, them are all out. I'm going to take my big pry bar, set it down here so it doesn't fall all the way down. That'll help me guide it out just a little bit. We'll take this, we'll get right here, we'll give her a little pull. We'll see if we got anything to hook on this side. Nope. Because I'm sure there's going to be some weight to that. Actually, there's 2 jack bolts for it. So let's use these. There's actually 2 jack bolts that we can use instead of the pry bar, which is how I thought this was going to come off. But I don't see any jack bolts. There was 2 jack bolts. There was 2 jack bolts in that other piece too, so keep that in mind instead of using the pry bar there. Okay, there's that. Let's see if I made a huge mistake or not. here and stuff, but I ain't dropping nothing yet. Try to keep everything exactly the way it was. Oh, there's a roller bearing. There's that. Let's see. Okay, everything else is okay. That's where we're going to sit it for now. I'm going to show you what we got on this piece here in particular. Drop right over here. Get you a good bench view of what we're doing. Maybe shed some more light on it. The old time welder is right there. Any shout outs today?
I don't know. It's a big project.
You want to say hi to anybody?
Hello, all the heavy wrench followers.
Oh,
Get
boy.
this transmission done. Let's get it wrapped up.
He wants this project done.
A little less filming, a little more action.
Less filming. Good Lord. Okay. So here we are. By the way, that was a gear, not a sealing surface. So we have this
There's gouge in there.
right here. Here is the problem. This is the problem with the clutch there, so we got to pull this clutch apart. If we set this like this, we got to pull probably the snap ring off. If we pull that snap ring off, we'll be able to take this one right apart here and pop that out. So we're going to grab snap ring pliers, we'll get this off, we'll get this shaft out of here, then this shaft will come out, and then be good to go. Because that's what's stopping us from coming out is this bottom shaft. So I'll get that out, and then we'll go from there. Or do I pull this bearing quick? But I'll pull the snap ring first. We'll see what happens. All right. We had a spring and a little poppet there come out. Trying to get this all to come out as one assembly, like that, because that's actually part of the synchronizer. This is not the problem. The problem is in here. So we're going to set this back on here. I'm going to see if I can't show you exactly what's going on. So we're going to start taking this apart nice and slow. I mean, we have the book, but so this is the side of the gear, I believe. It was the front side, maybe. It's actually stripped. So here's where them little poppets come in. They all fell out right there. Right there. So, if you look, we're going to keep going here, but if you look on this side, see how they're nice and sharp and pointy, and on this side, they got a grind to them and a lip. See how they're kind of beveled over? All these are beveled over. These are facing down. So that's not the side we have to replace. It's this side. So I'm just kind of going through it here, making sure to set everything in the way it goes. There's your synchronizers. And then we're going to pull this up. That one. I try to do everything very careful the first time when I do things like this, and we're getting it on keeping everything in order. So here's your actual synchronizer. And then here is the other half of that gear that was not that was not meshing. Come on, the oil's so dang slick there. So you can see this gear, how it's all eaten off right here. And then if we remember, back here, on our back side, back there, wait a minute, goes in here. So this is how this works. See the difference in the gears? This one here is all eaten off, the face of it is, along with outer shell, mind you, this outer shell would be this side right here. So where these two meet, what was happening is they were just popping. They didn't want to hold. And you can see, I could measure the difference, I guess, if you really wanted to, of where it, of the width of the teeth, but those teeth are pretty chewed up and that's where it was slipping. So it wasn't actually engaging, it was sitting here, right about here. It never would slide in. So we're gonna take some more measurements and whatnot and see what we got, but this half of the gear, I mean, you could just see how much of that gear is eaten off and it wouldn't let it slide in. So, and it didn't matter hot, cold, either way. So that's where we're at with it. And that's the parts we need. I think that's all we need. All the bearings that I've looked at so far look good, but we're gonna do a thorough evaluation of it and make sure that these brass parts of the synchronizers get replaced, and we will be good to go. That should do it. So there's the tear down the transmission. I don't think we have to go any further back here because it was only reverse. All the rest of the gears worked. So that's where we're at. Now it's time to sit down and figure out parts.
With a thorough investigation.
Thorough investigation.
Not a partial, a thorough.
That's right. Got to be thorough. All right. Well, the transmission's been assembled. Let's just throw that out there. I didn't get any footage for that. I'm sorry, but boom, just like that, it's all back together. I know. I just started working, didn't pick up the camera. That's on me. I do apologize for that, but we're gonna wrap this video up. I'll show you what I did. I got the transmission back together. We'll come around here to this side, I guess. I don't even know how to show you the transmission because there's nothing to see. The fuel tank's back on. We got the fuel tank back on. The tractor's been split and back together. I put this whole frame, I'll show you some of the bolts. That's, good Lord, we're all sorts of janky here. But this frame, you got these two bolts, 4 bolts back here. That's all got to be on. It all came off as one assembly, horseshoed over. There's some bolts over here. Everything's tight, everything's back together. This is a side mount mower. Show you what we got here. It's a side mount mower. So it sits on there. There was no battery cover, so it's all back together, but you can kind of see the transmission down there. Maybe if I get this twisted the right way. There we go. You can kind of see back in there where the transmission's back together. It was just the forward and reverse synchro and one other gear that I replaced in it. Other than that, everything looked to be okay. I didn't see anything major. Also, there was one switch that was on there that had to be replaced for the low-high to do that. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this thing? Oh, good Lord. Well, it's back together. We're all set. We got the cab back together. I don't mind this tractor. It's pretty nice. These little New Hollands are pretty nice tractors. So anyway, I'll get back to in front of the camera here. We'll let the cameraman do his job and see what we got. But thanks for tuning in today. Like, comment, share, subscribe. There may be some reels after this. I know it's been a super long video probably. I don't even know. I haven't even started editing yet, so at this point. But we got other things going. Part 2 for the engine should have been up already. That didn't happen, but we'll I guess I can show you where I'm kind of at with that one. But we'll do that on a separate video. Thanks for tuning in today. Have a great one. May your wrenches never slip and keep that iron moving. Let me see here. Come in. They all go there. Man. They must all pop off that back valve body. So I gotta pull this rear valve body. So I'm gonna pull that next. Move this bench a little bit. So I can pop that off. I'm gonna have to unratchet strap this side here. I like to strap everything down the best I can to the benches, but I don't know if these tubes will definitely not come out until I get that out. Oh, actually,